Alright fellas, I'll try my best to keep this like crazy fast, because I ended up deleting the clutch damper from this truck over the weekend. I ended up having more clutch trouble, going into gear and losing pressure from the clutch pedal. It ended up being the clutch damper. Everything else is good. It was just the clutch damper. As I've been driving since I did this delete, and the truck has been shifting like crazy good. The pedals really firm. Feels really good. But I replaced the damper with this. I forget the name of this. I got it at O'Reilly's, but it has the inside has the same threads on the bottom and the top as the hard lines. The top hard line goes to your clutch master cylinder, and the lower line goes to your hose, your rubber hose, or that feeds into your slave cylinder. But again, I already did the swap. I already did the delete, and the reason I'm doing recording this footage with you guys is when I was doing the swap, in the spot that I had mounted my phone, and the work area that I had to work with, a lot of the footage wasn't usable because my head was literally in the way, so you could actually see what I was doing. So I'm trying to explain as best I can what I did, because a lot of it isn't it's you can't see what I'm doing in the footage. So essentially what I did was remove the lower line, hard line, and the upper hard line from the clutch damper, which has a spot. This is the top hole and the lower one, and the damper itself just bolts onto the firewall right here, and it has 2 bolt holes that hold it into place. Before you start this, what you want to do is use an object, or if you have a partner, they'll have to step on the clutch pedal the entire time that you're doing this. But if you're doing it by yourself, have an object pressed between your seat and the clutch pedal. Have it completely pressed, and you won't have to deal with once you open those lines, you won't have to deal with all the brake fluid seeping from your clutch master cylinder down to the line. The only fluid you'll have to deal with is the little bit that's already in the clutch damper, which it really isn't that much. Okay, so once you have the lines removed from the bottom and the top end of the clutch damper, then you can add you can install this part. Again, I forget what it's called, but I do have in the footage that I did take that is usable. I have the part number for that and all that good stuff, and more explanations that dealing with why I did this. But as far as all the other reasons that I've stated before in previous videos, so aside from say your master clutch cylinder going bad, or your slave cylinder going bad, or even your hard lines having a break in them, or your hose that connects to your slave cylinder going bad, or even the manual transmission, just going completely kaput. The clutch damper would be the last possible thing that could go wrong, that would cause you to have issues with your clutch pedal, having pressure on it, or even getting in your gear with the stick shift itself. If this goes bad, that would be the last possible cause of you having those issues. And the fix to that is either to completely replace it, with a new one, or installing this go-between or adapter piece that I installed myself, and it has, from what I've seen, the pedal feels a lot like it has more pressure, and it's a little stiffer, firmer, and going into gear it's still just as smooth as ever, but just it feels really, really good. But again, I'll, after I'm done filming this, I'll insert the rest of the footage of the actual install, at least what I was able to save or use from it. And I even did a bit of driving afterwards, so you guys can see the truck, going into gear and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'll get out of here and insert the rest of the footage, and I'll see you. I got this contraption. I don't know if you guys can read all that. And one end goes to the top of the line, and the other end goes to the bottom line. So I'm going to work on removing this and installing this part in between, making a good seal, rebleeding the system, and hopefully that'll fix that issue. And I'll be right back. Hopefully that's zoomed in enough that you guys can see that it's, both ends are on there, threaded. Trying to loosen up the top end initially from the dampener itself. Man, that sucker was really on there. I had to really muscle it. That sheet's on there, and virtually no brake fluid poured out, because we had our brake pedal pressed. So now we just gotta bleed the system again and go through that process and see if that made any difference. Hopefully it does, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll be right back once I've bled the system and see how everything goes. tighter and more firm the clutch pedal feels. Time will tell if this actually fixes that problem. I mean, so far, it feels, again, the pedal and the shifting feels really good. I just wanted to show you guys that little how-to dampener. If you've tried everything else, you bled your lines, changed your master clutch cylinder, you've changed your slave cylinder, your clutch slave cylinder, and it's still not working the way it should. Also look at that the clutch dampener, because again, these trucks are crazy old and all these parts go bad, and any one of them will affect